All right, well, you're Puerto Rican. You have a cousin named Rico.
I have to be. I can't.
Yeah, Puerto Rico.
Can we end this podcast, please?
Hey, a lot of you niggas might as well go to Puerto Rico now that I think about it, because they come in to get y'all. We just gonna call it what it is. Somebody told me online, I ain't gonna lie, I'm all been saying the same shit for at least 7 years now, and you wonder why, because it's always a fact. It always comes to fruition. People out here playing these games, they doing shit, illegal shit, and they thinking that shit is just gonna disappear and go away. That's not the way this shit works. You do some shit in the streets, you making a lot of money, they're gonna let you live your life. They're gonna let you run up the bag, travel the world, put out amazing albums, do amazing tours, sleep with amazing, beautiful women, and just, live life. But when they knock on that door at 5:27 a.m., and you know that knock, and all you hear is walkie-talkies, that's when life is going to get real for a lot of y'all. And it's unfortunate because, it's a thing that's happening now where it's almost like every week we hear about somebody getting arrested, somebody facing charges, and, people say, oh, so they're hunting the industry, they're hunting our entertainers and okay, that may be part of it, but why are they hunting our entertainers and our beloved figures in our culture? What responsibility do we hold in all of this?
Well, what responsibility do they hold?
Oh, you one of those two that retweeted, when is the KKK going to catch a RICO case?
No, I didn't retweet that, but you could definitely do a RICO case on the KKK. You can do a RICO case on...
Well, Donald Trump named the KKK as a terrorist group, and people just scoffed at that.
No, he said they were good people.
He never said that. But...
he likes tiki torches from Home Depot.
There's,
Well, with these RICO cases, at what point is human life, matter? Because off the reports, I don't know how true they were. They're tying them to what, 50 bodies?
Something like that, yeah. But you got to remember,
when you go kicking the motherfucking door.
No, but see, that's the thing.
After the 8th body, it's not time.
But this is the thing now. You have informants.
For sure, and I know they find things out later. I understand that.
They get pieces of the puzzle when they get them, and then they decide, okay, we have enough.
But with these informants, there's no way you get to 50 bodies and they find out about all 50 bodies afterwards.
Oh, well,
I think things
maybe not 50, but there's been cases where they don't know exactly what happened, and they don't know where to, and that's the way a RICO works. See, the RICO is one of the worst cases, if not the worst case that you can catch.
It's a very unfair law.
It is, because even if
that existed and they didn't even know it existed.
Right, because a lot of times what they'll do is a lot of those unsolved murders around that time, if they feel like throwing that on y'all, they could throw it on you. So that's how we get to 50. It may be 13, it may be 15 people that you actually really had a problem with, issues with, and there was a real thing, a beef or whatever in the streets. But the fact that they have these other 20 cases around that time that's unsolved, just put those all under the same.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
and that's, you know what I'm saying? And that's where it's fucked up. Yeah, you're right. But again, what role do we play in that? Because they don't just pick you out of a hat and say, oh, we're going to throw a RICO case on you to this week. That's not how this thing works.
They've obviously been on it since 2012.
They've been following you for years. They've been gathering intel. They've been in surveillance and, money transfers, wire bank transfers, things of that nature, cell phone records, whatever it is to make their case stick and come together. And unfortunately, we're now faced with another one of, another few of our entertainers from our culture facing heavy, severe charges.
Yeah,
and it's unfortunate. It's fucked up. It shouldn't be happening because these guys are employing a lot of people and, making life better for a lot of their friends and their family. They're making a lot of money. They're creating opportunity for people, giving back to their communities, all of these things. But the thing is, if you have a past and a history and things like that, like those things don't just disappear. You know what I mean? And that's the fucked up part, because you can, and you should be able to change your life and change your ways of living and things like that. But it doesn't just disappear. If you were doing things in the past and, you had ties to people that were doing things in the past, or ties to people that are still doing things that are deemed illegal and, you shouldn't be doing, it's unfortunate, it's fucked up. But, when they knock on that door and come get you, it's game over.
I just think what's unfair with the RICO shit, because obviously it wasn't really created. It was brought back with the Italian mob because they couldn't get anyone because obviously the higher ups were never really doing the work at that point. They were telling, so they really could only get the people that were actually doing the crimes.
Mm-hmm.
So they were in a system that was almost impossible to take down. So ran with this RICO shit.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to be the lawyer that's way smarter than all of us to really prove how was it done under that flag? Like, in some ways, I feel like with that RICO shit, if you have like a phone tap of some shit and somebody that claims to be a member of a gang or organization says to somebody else, go do this. Who said it's under that flag? Why is that connected to this organization? What if this was my personal shit? Why does it all have to be under one? How do you prove that it was done in the name of, we'll use YSL here, or Gambino, that it was done in that regard?
Well, they have surveillance. They have
because now you're adding people. Yeah, but informants lie.
Yeah, but if they have
informants are going to give you,
they have
what
surveillance,
you want to hear.
If they have video, if they have audio, if they have things tying you directly to this person, you know this person, and money transfers and things like that. Now you're talking about, this is evidence that you know this guy, right?
I'm not saying what the person directly does. I'm just saying of how they tie that shit in. If I'm at the head of an organization, let's say we admit we are in a criminal organization.
Yeah.
And I have in ranks the lowest of low. Let's do the mob shit. 2 soldiers that decide to go kill someone. They talk to their higher up, their capo. Who's to say I had anything knowledge of that or that it was done under my flag?
Well, a lot of people do that. And
like the Kingpin shit, they really use that shit as a buffet to put on you with certain stuff. Of course, we know what time it is, but proof in court. You can't say that 2 motherfuckers that just happen to yell out YSL and they do a crime that's connected to me.
Well, I
don't fucking know.
Well, let me just be the first to tell you that once the feds knock on your door and snatch you, they have everything they need to prove that you know this gentleman and that this was
under the RICO law, no matter what, because you're all part of that organization, now you are responsible for every crime in that organization. I'm saying why that law is so fucked up. I could have no fucking knowledge. I could be minding my business.
Yeah.
Where's the lawyer that's going to prove that the RICO law is unjust? It's very unjust.
Okay, but
don't put a murder on me.
But that's what they bank on.
And I don't want to say.
But this is what they bank on. They bank on telling you, right? You're gonna go to trial for that murder. They might know that you had nothing to do with that.
Of course.
So they're gonna put those 25 to 50 years in front of you and say, okay.
Oh no, I know the tactic.
Put some more beat on that joint.
I'm saying who is gonna prove in court on a whole separate case? Like, when is it gonna be the United States versus RICO? Like, there needs to be a whole separate trial about RICO and how fucked up and unjust it is under what America stands for.
Oh, but a lot of this shit is unjust. We know that.
Eden be yelling New Rory Mall all the time. It's probably in his bio. What he does in the stumble in is none of my fucking business.
Right.
Screaming.
That's a fact. Yeah.
Literally screaming.
I mean,
so if you RICO us up and I find out Eden's in the stumble in running a whole heroin ring, leave me the fuck out of this. I pod.
Yeah. No, listen, I understand.
Coke,
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, they've gathered enough information.
I text Eden.
Yeah, now you have to prove. Now you have to prove. Okay, you don't know about this. Okay, prove it. Prove that you knew nothing about this.
I seen Eden holding it down in his IG Q&A. He held it down on RICO Day. They asked and they said, "Do you hang out with Rory Moore outside the pod?" He said, "No." That's my guy right there.
Taught you well. My Mexican warrior
I know
friend.
nothing.
My Mexican warrior.
The warrior is the racist part.
No, it's not.
You see what I'm saying? Anything is racist, bro. Anything is racist. This shit is crazy. But yeah, man, prayers and and good luck to everyone involved with that case, man, with Young Thug, Gunna, and everybody involved in that, man. It's a fucked up situation all the way around.
I pray QC doesn't get dragged into it when they don't need to be.
I pray nobody gets dragged into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's because it's fucked up, man. We talking about dudes that are really doing great things and changed their lives. And we all know what some of these, we come from the same place. You know what I'm saying? So I know what, Young Thug came up out of. I know what Gunna came up out of. You know what I'm saying? I'm not from Georgia, but I'm from New York City. And, I know what I had to come up out of. I know what I experienced. I know what I was around growing up. And I just am grateful that I never fell victim to a lot of that crazy shit. And I was able to pivot and move certain ways and, get out of certain situations without any real crazy shit in my life happening. But, you know, I also got a lot of friends that fell victim to that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I, you know, one of my best friends is, you know, serving 16 years right now. And, you know what I'm saying? So it's, you know, I understand it, you know, but it's just fucked up because, again, it happens at a time where a lot of these men are doing the right thing and they have changed their lives. But sometimes, you know, you can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And that's where we, you know, that's the part that I don't think that we have fully grasped. Just because I don't live in these communities no more, and you know, I'm not actively out here, you know, in the car riding around with the homies and doing shit, and I'm not on the corner serving and pitching and all that other shit no more. You know, but if I'm, you know, if you got your homies in the situation where they still doing that and you kind of funding it, bro, that's illegal.
But what's fucked up about that, and what's fucked up with the RICO shit, and granted, I don't know the evidence at all. But I can see a world where Thug is so busy and he gives his friends money, see the transaction.
Absolutely.
His friends.
But
And again, that could be a judgment call from Thug, and I'm not here to judge him on anything. You can do whatever you want. That's where the RICO law gets so fucked up, where it's like, I am trying to get out of this environment, but these are my friends and family that I do need to take care of.
Absolutely.
And if I do give them money, I don't have the time where I need to micromanage everything that these people do with their money.
You're right.
So if I give you some bread and you rent a car and you go do some shit, that's fucked up as my friend that you would do that. But
absolutely. But now you got to answer for that. Yeah. And that's what you see what I'm saying? Like, it's fucked up. You're right. Because I could just rent a car from my homeboys, or give them a car for the weekend they want to chill.
Yeah.
Whatever. Cool. But now if y'all doing dumb shit in the car that I rented, that falls on me. Which is why you gotta have that talk with your homies. Like, listen, we not 1 foot in. If you fucking with me and you gonna be around me, this is what my life is now. This is what I'm on. I'm making this music. I'm into fashion. I'm going to Paris for, you know, shows, sitting on the front row at these shows. Like, this is the world I'm in now. I'm not with this shit no more. So if you want to be a part of this and you want to do some shit in this world, then I got you. Come on. But you can't have people around you 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because then that shit all falls on everybody, especially if you're the big figure with the money.
Yeah.
You're the rich friend and you've been sending your homies money, like, and they out here doing wicked shit or shit that's illegal. Of course you got some answering to do to that. Of course. That's what's gonna happen. It's fucked up, but that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And again, you know, it's another situation where, you know, our people from our culture is faced with this. I saw that Casanova pleaded guilty to his charges in his case.
Yeah. Shooting and robbery. I think there was one more.
I think and 100 pounds of marijuana or something like that. It's drug charges, basically. Again, unfortunate. It's unfortunate, man. You know what I'm saying? Here's somebody that's trying to change their life, do something different. You know, but again.
And also, but we also don't know.
Disappear.
And I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Cass could have got caught up in that shit, and sometimes you have to take a deal
that you don't want to take
because the feds are gonna fed. So maybe I should take a plea deal, even if I didn't do this shit, because I know if I go to trial with this RICO shit they have, they're gonna put shit on me that I didn't even know about, just because I happen to be the most popular person, and they can say that's the one, that's the kingpin of this whole shit.
Yeah,
and that's why I think that law is so fucked up, because Cass could be like, all right, shit, I guess I'll do the drug one to plea out to, just because I know if I go and fight this, I'm gonna lose, just of how this law is structured. So Cass could be pleading guilty to some shit he didn't do at all.
It happens all the time.
So and that's what's fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. The whole system is fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a fucked up system.
Do I want to do 10 or do I want to do life? Absolutely. Even if I didn't do anything.
Yeah, even if I didn't do anything, like I got to take this. I got to eat this one. Like, trust me,
I'll take the shooting.
I get it. You know, I got friends that have gone through that, still going through that. I get it, but you know, like I said, man, the feds they not just knocking on random doors, just snatching people out of nowhere.
I'm not saying that.
You know what I mean? And that's ultimately what it is. It's like,
but Cass even said, yeah, I was part of that organization. I'm not anymore. I'm doing positive. He said that himself when it wasn't like some planned rollout. Someone asked him Nick Cannon asked him a question. Yeah. He was like, I'm not in that shit anymore.
Yeah.
And I felt Cass was 100% telling the truth. Like, yeah, did that shit, did my time. I've moved the fuck on.
Right. So. Either way, man, prayers to Casanova, prayers to Young Thug, prayers to Gunna, and prayers to anybody else that's involved that have to stand before trial.
And prayers to victims.
And prayers to the victims, absolutely. Prayers to the victims, to their families.
Whether they were victims or not.
it's just all unfortunate, man. It's just, I never like to hear about dudes from our culture, going to prison, having to stand in front of these judges and things like that, because that's the last place you want to be. I mean, that's where shit becomes very real and life hits you really fast. It's just unfortunate, man. We got to find another way to do things, man. Another way to pivot out of this lifestyle and this shit that we come from. Because, like I said, I'm from the inner cities. I grew up around all this shit. I know what all this shit is about, but I was just always aware of consequences.
Yeah.
When you start telling me, there's only 2 ways out of this, and I don't like those 2 ways, I'm just not fucking with it. I'll go get a regular job. I'll go work in the stockroom somewhere. I'll go, you know what I'm saying? Anything. That game, do you telling me that's the out?
Yeah.
I'm cool. I don't want no part of that. I don't want to go to jail. There's no women in there, and I don't want to die. You know what I'm saying? Not before my time. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. But I'm not looking down on nobody, because trust me, I understand it. I understand it. I get it. But this is an example, and this was what they're doing. They're setting examples. They're putting the examples in front of us. You do this, right. We're coming. We're coming. You know what I mean? You get mad at the system and all of this is unfair. They are coming.
Yeah.
That is the bottom line. You get into this lifestyle, you do these things.
I just hope they don't do it because they all had matching T-shirts on and yelled.
Oh no, they have way more than that.
I'm joking.
They have way more than that.
Have you guys, speaking of prison, have you guys watched the first 3 episodes of Staircase on